Hello and one and all and welcome back to Campaign 11 Foolish Burials. I am your host as always, Virinity Void. This here is part 12. Indeed, we are at 1702. We have gone, or we are approaching the next age, that next age being the Age of Enlightenment. And we are upon a changing world indeed. If you want to know what happened in the last part, please, I encourage you, go watch it. It was a rather interesting part indeed. As for this part, we're going to get started, but first, we have some national ideas to go through. I'm going to go through a little bit, let's see. Let's actually go through one of the less talked about nations. We're going to go through Chenla. Chenla turned Peru. So, their third and their fourth national ideas. The third national idea, which is common to the antipodal nations, is in a cursed twist of fate, our people were suddenly transported to the opposite side of the planet. The quest to reunite with our fatherland, as well as exploring the foreign country we have emerged in, always inspires our people. Colonists +1. And the fourth national idea is lessons from Water Chenla. Water Chenla held the wealthiest and most productive of the old Chenla territory, yet it floundered due to attacks from Javanese pirates. We have learned from their errors, and now protecting our coast is of a national importance. Naval combat bonus off owned coast +1. So, Chenla definitely a power player in the entire Americas. However, they still have to deal with the fact that they lost a war to Mexico and they were forced to give land back to Fraxinatum Brazil, or should I say, regular Brazil, because... drum roll please. There it is. It is Brazil. Yes, indeed. I have enabled the decision for Brazil. However, I hope to God that it does not crash the game, because in the files, the Brazil decision had something next to it that blocked it out of the game intentionally. So I'm not sure what that was about, but it said, like, I don't know what the issue is, but it keeps crashing my game. So for now, Brazil just isn't a thing. I hope to God that Brazil doesn't crash the game and I have to start back the save over, re-record this part, whatever. Still, Brazil, they are of Brazilian culture, of course, and they are Sunni, they are not Catholic, and they are building up their forces. They are not nearly as powerful as Peru. However, Brazil has a lot of bountiful coastline. They might be able to do something once they get their economy in order. Let's take a look at other stuff, however, because Thestias is about to get a lot of land taken away by Hungary. Breda is still at war with Chenla. The Khazars are still going after Somalia, and I do believe Somalia is going to lose that war due to the Khazars having simply overwhelming numbers. Even though the Khazars lost recently, they still have huge amounts of military potential. 9VG is going after Apache, trying to finish them off. Ava going after Wari, after Wari completely floundered, completely fucked up in the last part. And Brazil's going after Colombia. Colombia is a subject of Peru, and Peru is not participating in that war. Mexico is, however, trying to conquer more from Chenla, and that means Mexico is at war. Oh, Mexico is at war with Carib. Carib is a tributary of Peru, so Peru has joined in. Interesting stuff. Mexico is about 3 military techs ahead of Carib, so this should be a pretty big blowout if Chenla does not reinforce. Chenla is actually paying a lot of attention to Breda, and to their credit they should, because Breda is 3 military techs ahead. Oof, damn. They just barely won that, and peace has not been signed. But, Breda is making Peru work to win this war that Breda started. Let me just see what else do we have here before I check on the new institution that spread. Yaka is still being overrun by Somalia. Miao and Brunei against Baltistan. That means Baltistan is in for a reckoning, if I do say so. Lamb is trying to go after Colombia. Not sure how that is going to go. And the Giants, they're looking to conquer Australia. And hey, we have Palawa somehow. Interesting. I'm not sure how they became independent, but sure, we'll go with it. Macronesia, they are still doing their own thing. Let's take a look at that institution. Yes, the Enlightenment. It spawned in Breda as if they needed more fucking monarch points. Oh dear God. But where is it at? Right here. Beacon of Enlightenment. Local development cost minus 15%. Trade value plus 0.1. And institution growth flat plus 1. So, yeah. Enlightenment is going to be spreading quickly around Europe, and that should be that. Other institutions are slowly spreading elsewhere. Everything but the Enlightenment is present in Miao and in Ava, so the institutions will be spreading ever so slowly across the mainland Europe to Asia. And it looks like Mexico, they're having a little bit of a tough time with Carib, but they are making inroads into Carib's own land. Breda still making Chenla work. Like, the army, this small contingent from Breda is really doing a number on Chenla's forces. The only saving grace, I think, for Chenla is the fact that they have so much manpower. So much manpower. That is really the only saving grace. Mexico, okay, they defeated that army of Carib, and Mexico is closer and closer to getting what they want, which is this province right here, Managua, or Managua. It should be noted, though, that Mexico's rival of Albania, they have no manpower, but they have superior numbers, so something to watch out for as time goes forward. Cascadia, formerly Opera of Audio, is allied to Albania, so 9VG has to play their cards right if they want to survive, since Albania did go to war with 9VG and Albania won. Simple as that. And let's see, Roswy going after Yaka. Yeah, Yaka is being pretty much divvied up. And Somalia is unable to push back the tide of Jewish armies that are crossing over the strait and just messing them up. There's the peace deal. Khazars are monopolizing Arabia slowly but surely. Thestios, they lost a huge amount of land to Hungary. And the Angaroglus, Belobog is just ripping them apart. There's not really much the Angaroglus can do. A fall from grace indeed. And Breda is now going after Zaramar. This is the Imperialist War. So Breda is really just looking to throw their weight around wherever they can, seemingly. Breda has no fears at all. Like, they aren't resting until they conquer the world, seemingly. One tag that is seemingly safe in their nice cozy home is Kappa units. They have just been chilling out in the Philippines, and they're relaxing. You know, they like their own place. And they also have a little chunk of Java as well. It's not like the Kappa units are like they're terrible. They're not terrible. They just don't have nearly as much of a naval presence. Therefore, they can't transport troops over. They're military that can help out in wars, but it's more of a supporting army, if anything. And Miao is really strutting their stuff. Miao is just absolutely manhandling Baltistan, and they are on the same tech level, so there's no, it's purely a quantity v quantity measure right now. Sudan is now at war with the Khazars because Khazaria wants to monopolize Arabia. And damn, the Ankaroglus, They lost a huge chunk. The boss, the Hellespont right here, it now belongs to Belobog. Seriously, Belobog versus Breda. I want to see it happen. Stargard is going after Lubeck, and I think we all know how that's gonna go. At war with Lubeck. Oh god, I just fucking popped my ankle. It feels good, but at the same time, it feels bad. Anyways, yeah, Stargard going after Lubeck, stacking those dice rolls, and Lubeck loses again. Indeed, it is a monopolization of power up here by Stargard, but Stargard just forever lives in the shadows of Breda. Pretty much everyone but Belobog is in the shadow of Breda. And just look at how much they took from Zaramar. Good gods. Wasn't even like... That wasn't even like bad provinces. 22, 22, 21 development. 15, like it was a big chunk. And Zaramar, they're not done yet. The Ankanoglus, after that loss against Belobog, they want some sort of recompense. There it is. There's the big war. There is the big war. Albania is pouncing on Mexico right exactly when they need to. As Mexico is still involved in this war down here. Did they just peace out? They did. So Carib has peaced out with Mexico. No changes over here in South America. So Mexico can focus on the new war here with Albania. And that war was very close. However, Mexican reinforcements arrived just in time to stop the Albanian advance. So Mexico, plenty of manpower to supply their armies with. However, Albania, no manpower. Any losses they take in these battles, they are going to struggle to reinforce. So it is going to be a tough war for both sides, I anticipate. It is not going to be a clean sweep either way, because remember, there's a fort here at Zacatecas, and there's a fort here in Mexico. You know, Albania has to dig through a lot. We will take another look at that in a hot second. Just want to see what else is going on. Hey, Hakure formed Japan and Myoren. You need an ally that's not the Kappa units. You need Neo-Buyeyo if you really want to do something against Japan, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Neo-Buyeyo is going after Myoren. Oh no, this is the Makamatsu conquest of Shirabeshi, which is right here. Makamatsu wants to go back after Myoren for their homeland in Hokkaido, but I don't know if they're going to get to it. You need the navy to transport troops over and take out Myoren, but if you don't, it's on you. And the Lost Anglos, the memory of the Lost Anglos remains. Anglo-Saxon culture is an accepted culture in Japan. Japan does not discriminate against those Anglo-Saxons. Palawa, however, was annexed, that nice 24 development province, reabsorbed into Al Jazeera Al Qadra. Imarina relegated to just Madagascar and a little bit of South Africa because the Razwi Empire is large and in charge. Look at that. Look at that big old name. Razwi Empire. It's looking good over there. It's looking damn good. And Marathia, oh god. Green. Marathia was attacking green, but then Belobog said, whoa. You're involved with the Khazars. You're gonna get messed up. Because, Belobog is going after the Khazars in an imperialist war. And the Khazars, they're losing right off the bat. The Khazars cannot stop this onslaught of just Belobog and Stargard troops. And on top of that, they're also fighting Sudan. This is an opportunity for Sudan to to take back land from the Khazars, unless the Khazars want to dedicate fully over here, finish off Sudan, and then rededicate up here. But if they do that, it's going to be already too late. Stargard and Belobog, they're sieging down the capital, and other forts are under siege. The Khazars have a really, really fucked up decision to make. Let Sudan retake this and start getting momentum in their war back, or finish off Sudan and then come back up here after your homeland has already been completely invaded. This is This is rough. And green is even making inroads over here too. Oh. Ankaroglu Conquest of Chios against Thestias in green. Ankaroglus, I don't know if you can do that. You might, but you need military access. I don't know if you have military access or a capable navy of doing that naval invasion. No one has colonized Shaki? That's 17 development. That's pretty good. The Khazars, they might be trying to retake some land here. Maybe retaking at a good fight. I'm not sure. Breda has an army hired out over here, but there's a lot of Stargard and Belobog forces. The capital at Astrakhan has been taken. Khazars, they're putting up a good fight. They stack wiped that Breda mercenary army. And Belobog, I want to see the stats here. Discipline, it's about the same. Morale in the favor of Belobog. Tactics in the favor of Belobog. So the Khazars, they're fighting on less than equal terms. And they lost that battle, meaning it's just... I feel like Belobog is just... They've got this on lock. The Khazars, they spread themselves out too thin. They thought, hey, you know, we're winning. We're going to win against Sudan. We'll be all good. But it's just not the case. Belobog is right there. They border in Anatolia. And yeah, they got Stargard at their back. What is this war? This is the Somali Conquest of Sidamo. So Somalia thinks they can go after Sudan. However, Somalia, even though they have more troops, they are one military tech behind. So it's going to be interesting to see if Somalia can rally against Sudan. Kitara is free once again, but the Razui Empire is more than willing to cull any semblance of Kitaran independence. And Albania, they're doing it. Lakandan? Where is that? Okay, again, Albania is going for this far, far away province to as their war goal, which is not ideal. I don't know why they're going for that, but even though they've taken Zacatecas and they've occupied a large amount of territory, Mexico can still reinforce their army effectively. Albania can't. Albania has about the same number of total troops as Mexico, but they just have no manpower left. Mexico has a little bit of manpower to burn through still, and as long as they keep that war goal, Mexico is, I would say, they're favored to at least white peace this war. I really don't see how Albania can get to this without a naval invasion, and there is peace. I don't think there was 10, plus 10 or minus 10 war score in either direction, so white peace it was. Mexico skates by. I wouldn't say by the skin of their teeth, but it was a little close. It was a little bit close. So with that war concluded, we can go over here and look at a little bit more. We have Miao that they own Tibet at this point. They own the majority of Tibet, and Baltistan reduced to a semblance of a shadow of them of their former selves, more so. Wari, they took a little bit of land back from their enemy. Somehow Sulu is he. Come again? Somehow Sulu got released. Oh, the Kappa units they were invading Wari, and then the Kappa units didn't navally transport anyone, so therefore the Kappa units, they lost that war. Wari regained some land, I think, or maybe they just colonizing new land. I think it's just they're colonizing new land. But Wari won that war. Wari is not going to win any war, though, against Miao and Bone. So there is that. Neobuyeo, they did not take this land from Kappa units. Makamatsu, they did not succeed either, so Myoren survives for a little bit longer to be culled by Hakure turned Japan. And Ashanti is at war with Yaka. Not sure how that's going to go for you, Ashanti, but okay. The Ankaroglus, they finally made it over to Thestias, and they will finally be winning this war for Chios. And yeah, the Khazars, you saw the peace deal right there, folks. Belobog has almost encompassed the entirety of the Black Sea. The only holdout is Crimea. If once they annex all of Crimea, Belobog will have taken over the Black Sea. And that will be hugely beneficial for them in just for moving around troops in general. Khazaria, for as good as they've been doing, it's like they have run up against a huge wall that they just cannot get through, and that is Belobog. Simple as that. And Breda, like, Breda is really the only one that can stop Belobog, and I think it's also vice versa if Belobog is able to call in Stargard. But, I mean, why am I even saying that at this point, you know? I don't know why I'm saying that, because fucking Belobog and Breda are allied. What kind of madman does this? The two biggest powers in the world allying with each other. SMH, shake my head. Anyways, Carib, still a tributary, and they are contributing 9 admin points per year to Chenla. That's a healthy amount. That's pretty good. Brazil here, at war with the papacy. Normally, for a normal Catholic Brazil, that would be heretical. But this is Sunni Brazil. It's always sunny in Brazil, alright? They don't care. They're going after the papacy under Sultan Henrique I Zayas. Interesting stuff. What other wars do we got going on? We got a lot of small wars. Kappa units against Hassa, Khazaria against Socotra, Tausai against Novgorod because they won independence. Somalia against Sudan, that's a regional war. And the Ankaroglus going after Thestias, right? Alpine Federation going after the Ankaroglus, that's a little big. But I don't, does the Alpine Federation have access? That's the big thing. They have access through Hungary, but I don't know if the Alpine Federation has really access to the heartland of the Ankaroglus in Anatolia. Also, Stargard and Belobog are going after Fraxinatum in an imperialist war. The capital of Fraxinatum is at Cape Verde. Belobog, can you actually even get there? Like, that's a legitimate question. Can you get there? I'm very curious, because, like, you have a fleet of 40 ships. Fraxinatum is a fleet of 6 ships. You should be able to, but I don't know if you're willing to do that. Colombia, they're still alive somehow. It's just, yeah. They don't have much. That's the long and short of it. Same with La Plata, though. They're still alive. They don't have much, though. Let's see. Albania allied with Cascadia, otherwise known as the Opera of Audio. Mexico, still no allies, but Mexico is going after 9VG. Mexico is trying to consolidate its holdings in the Pacific Northwest, my own personal homeland, so it's good to see that my tag is still thriving. My singular tag. Also, Mopaka is now a pirate kingdom. What? It says Pirate Republic. It has Republican benefits. But, what? Reinforced Republican values at the end. And then Pirate King Fausto. I don't know what to think of this conundrum here in Mopaka. Colombia is being attacked by Colombia. A little bit of a funny name, but Colombia. Somalia is actually having a really tough time against Sudan, and they did lose that war. Sudan gains that Somali land in Arabia. Interesting stuff. The Alpine Federation. I forgot the Alpine Federation could invade the Ankaroglus from North Africa. I completely forgot about that. And it seems as though the Ankaroglus don't really have an answer to all of these Alpine forces, and also forces from Hungary. Hungary is no slouch in this war. They have over 100,000 troops. Also, Mesopotamia going after Baltistan in an imperialist war. Baltistan, no allies, no tributaries. Handia is free, and so is Orissa. Therefore, Baltistan, it's... Well, I mean, okay, Mesopotamia cannot take anything from you because there's no land border, but this still doesn't bode well for your future. I would just submit as a tributary state underneath a neighboring kingdom and have that be that. Also, Ava is going after Socotra, and they are sieging down the Andaman Islands. Interesting. I need to rub my eye, and I need to take a sip of my drink. It's already been 25 minutes of recording. Good shit. Bone, how's your Navy doing? 43 ships, 59k on the ground. Oh shit, I almost dropped something. And they have their syncretic faith of Sunni. You know, Bone is doing really well. The entirety of Sulawesi, the entirety of Borneo, they're prospering. Bagadayung is doing very well too. They have the entirety of Sumatra, half of Java, and the entirety of the Malay Peninsula. Like, I like what I'm seeing. I definitely like what I'm seeing. Somalia, what is it gonna be? Onkaroglu's, what is it gonna be? Is there any response at all? Oh yeah, Thestios was fully annexed, I forgot. The Onkaroglu's took a little bit over here, and then Belobog sadly finished off the rest of Thestios. Rest in peace, my friend. This is the longest time Thestios has ever survived in a campaign. And keep in mind, Thestios did not get annexed at all. They did not get annexed and re-released or anything. No, Thestios legitimately lasted up until, the 1700s. They were struggling here and there, but, I commend them for really trying and sticking it out to the end. It's not easy. And 9VG, they are getting absolutely rammed through by Mexico. Albania, they are now going after Chenla for some reason. Can you actually navally transport down here? Like, can you? I'm not sure. Oh god, I'm sorry. I was caught on mic. That cough snuck up very suddenly. Anyways, Sudan, Khazaria. Khazaria is going to war with Mesopotamia because, yes, Khazaria, you need to also extend your influence into India. Why not? I guess this is the only front you can win on, considering Belobog is staring you down with multiple guns. Also, funnily enough, Bukhara has just been chilling this entire time. They have been relaxing and just... They've been trying to help out, I guess, Sistan when they get directly attacked, but Sistan's mostly been called in as an ally to wars, therefore Bukhara is not really joining in. They don't need to join in. Miao is going after Bone for Nakhon, which is right here. Yes, Miao wants to consolidate its control over Southeast Asia, although I think Miao does not want to go to war with Bagadayung. Maybe not yet. Miao definitely does not want to go to war with Ava, because Ava actually has some very powerful allies of Bagadayung, Neobuyeo. Neobuyeo is no slouch, 80k. Same with Makamatsu, 85k. Japan over here is finally trying to consolidate and going after Myoren for more land. However, the Kappa units, you need to beat the navy of the Kappa units in order to fully annex. Unless you want to wait out the war and then white peace Kappa units. But that's on you. That's whatever. Bagadayung conquest of Karta. Got Kappa units in Maltasia. Yeah, good luck, Bagadayung, good luck. And Tamilakam is also... What? Mesopotamian Sistan. Mesopotamia is at war with in three separate wars. Tamil conquest of Goa, the Khazar conquest of It's the Khazar Imperialist War, and Nongerheim is going after this land as well. Let's take a look at that diplomatic map. Look, get a feel for how fucked up Mesopotamia is about to get. Like, there is no mercy. There's peace with the Khazars. Mesopotamia lost the land of Sindh, and they're gonna be losing more land from Tamilakam. So, ouch. Yeah, Miao is not gonna get to Bone, I don't think, because Al Jazeera Al Qadr is also gonna put their ships up there. Breda, Belobog. Oh, wait a minute, what? Crimea, Isle of the Blessed, and Hungary. Yeah. Oh god, Hungary is like, they've been struggling. They've been trying so hard to just eke out a living. Oh my god, my back. They've been trying to eke out a living, and they've been almost successful at it at some points. But it's just time and time again. That very first war, if Hungary would have succeeded against Belobog because Green did not join in, Eastern Europe turns out completely differently. But Green helped out Belobog at that time, and subsequently Hungary just kept taking loss after loss. Also, it should be noted, Marathia is no longer around. Green, Belobog, and Nongerheim partitioned Marathia completely. So Judaism, it's no longer going to be around soon enough if conversions keep up. Also, Tausai got attacked by Novgorod, and Tausai just, they couldn't do much. Like, what were they supposed to do? Tausai is still just relegated to Iceland, but they are developing Iceland. That's nice. Also, United States of Albania, they are colonizing Greenland. Interesting choice, I will say. Mexico allied with Brazil. A little friendly handshake between the two. Although if Mexico goes to war with Albania once again, I'm not sure if Brazil is going to be able to help. However, if Mexico goes after Chenla, then Brazil will definitely be able to help. And damn, Alpine Federation, they took a huge swath of North Africa. But yeah, Hungary is down for the count. Absolutely. Even Prague is getting sieged on. No, that's not Prague. There's Prague. Prague doesn't have a fort in it, though. This over here is Pardubice. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'll go with it. Also, Venice sucks ass. 3-2-0. That's a terrible. That is a terrible Venice province. I'm just wondering, like, what Hungary is going to be left with after this war. Isle of the Blessed, they're not going to get sieged down. Same with, like, Fraxinetum when there was an imperialist war against Fraxinetum. They're not going down. But Isle of the Blessed, like, I wouldn't say they're out. They're like terribly terrible or anything. It's just they struggle. They start off on islands, and it was looking okay for a little bit. They were gaining a foothold in Europe, but unfortunately, they just couldn't maintain that foothold against, like, well, Zarmar and the Alpine Federation. I think it's if the AI instead colonized like bits of North Africa and consolidated there would have been more potential, but maybe that's not where all the development was. I'm not sure. So Belobog, did they take anything? Did you take? You took like 2 provinces, brother. Well, those are high 28, 21. Okay. Oh, and they fully annexed Crimea. That was probably the goal. So, in a sense, Belobog can now be called the Black Sea Empire, right? Because they are an empire indeed. And now they're going after the Ankaroglus in another imperialist war. I mean, they can't. The Ankaroglus just can't stop this steamroller. They really can't. Over here in India, Mesopotamia was forced to give land back to Handia, and Tamilakam has grown ever more. The Mesopotamians, their exile into India is coming to a close, ever so slowly. Somalia being invaded by the Khazars. The Khazars hunger for more land. Yes, indeed, the Jewish theocracy there. They're not waiting for anyone. Belobog may come through once again and absolutely destroy the Khazars, but the Khazars are going to annex more land before that happens. Anyone landed on the Philippines? No. However, the war, it's for Karta, so therefore I think it's just going to be... The Kappa units are just going to lose their foothold in Java. Simple as that. I think we'll end this 1725, about? Yeah, we'll do 1725. Miao. Brunei is a vassal of Miao, and Brunei is situated right over here. They're not colonizing, they are dead set on just chillaxing. Wari is still at war with the Kappa units. Orissa obeys no man. They are an independent nation. Ava has Wari as a tributary. Bucharest is only allied to Handia because Sistan has been fully annexed. Huh. Okay. And we have Sudan going after the Ankaroglus. That's bold. Razwi Empire going after Ashanti and the United African Republic. Chenla is going after La Plata. Bagaruyong and Wari, yep. Miao is going after Bone still. Japan going after Macronesia for some reason. Brazil trying to annex more from Carib. And Albania finally going after Mexico with Brazil helping out Mexico. Not sure how that's going to go for you. Also, Makamatsu going after Mioren once again. Are you finally going to navally transport troops? Also, okay, I think this war, is going to be much more decisive. I think. I could be wrong, but I think. Because Albania, about 400,000 troops with over 200,000 K in manpower available. Mexico, less than half that much in terms of manpower and land forces. So it's going to be a real test of Mexico's resilience if they can actually do this. And this is the Albanian reconquest of Chakujal? No. No, wait, it's that province. What? Oh, okay. I was like, wait, that's not right. No, I clicked on the wrong thing. So Albania is going for this province. Brazil is going to need to make some serious progress against Carib and then drill into over here around the Yucatan in order to actually have an impact in this war. But for now, it is mostly on Mexico to see if they can make good military decisions and force back the Albanians. If they don't make good military decisions and Albania just keeps pushing and pushing through with success, Mexico's just going to lose. It's that simple. This will probably be deciding the fate of Central America. Because, chalk them all. Albania wins. Mexico probably loses the Yucatan and loses a portion up here. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm anticipating. But we'll see. Zacatecas also it was improved at one point, but it's no longer improved. Albanians, they're coming in force. Over 350,000 Albanians are ready to go. They're ready to rumble. That was a nasty loss, Mexico. You're just throwing your forces away. And Brazil, they're kind of struggling against Carib. Just a little bit. Even though they're 3 military techs ahead. Should be a clean sweep over there, brother. Should be. We'll stop around October of 1725. That way we have plenty of time left on the timer. Nongerheim is at war with Lubeck for Kolding. I don't know where that... Oh, it's right here. Okay. And the Giants got that. Lubeck is down and out. The Ankaroglus are almost completely encircled in Anatolia. God damn. Belobog is really on their way to being ready to challenge Breda in a 1v1, should that ever happen, but I doubt it will. Aden broke free. What? Excuse me? Aden breaks free, but not Yaman, my child. Well, I mean, Yaman is pretty much forfeit, but surprised Aden broke free. Okay. Interesting. Got one more month about going to October. Bagatoyong did annex that land from Kappa units. They have almost, or Kappa units are left with one province left on Java. Interesting. And Makamatsu, hey, they did actually take some land from Myoren. So Myoren left with just a couple provinces. Their capital is now in Tonga. However, I think there's going to be a revolt there soon because there's a little bit of unrest. Okay. Zotomar and all of them over there. Other than that, though, I think we can start wrapping this up. Belobog is actually going after the Alpine Federation in an imperialist war. So Nongerheim has also joined this, and so did Hungary. So Belobog is going to steamroll here. Alpine Federation, they're probably going to put up a lot of resistance. Nongerheim, I'm not too sure if they can resist Belobog too much. And damn, oh my god. The rebels are completely eating Zotomar alive. Holy shit. I just want to see, are they in a disaster of some kind? They are in internal conflicts, and they have no crown land. 0% of your land is fully controlled by you. So they get minus 30% national tax, minus 50% state maintenance, plus 50% income from vassals, monthly autonomy change, plus 0.15, yearly absolutism, minus 1, maximum absolutism, minus 40, autonomy change cooldown, plus 30%, and liberty desired from subjects development, minus 25. Oh no, Zotomar, what happened? How did this happen? They can do no absolutism, their autonomy, it's just barely. It is barely decreasing. What do you mean starvation? How are you guys starving? Oh, they must be an event from internal conflicts. Ouch. Yeah, Zotomar is really, really struggling, and Mexico's also really struggling because Albania is absolutely kicking them to the curb. Zacatecas has been barged through, and Tepeaca is under siege. So, yeah, Albania finally they got their shit together and they are making it work. They're making their military work. Other than that, though, I think we can end it here, and let's look at that leaderboard. So, in first place is Belobog. In second place is Breda. In third place is the Alpine Federation. In fourth place is the United States of Albania. In fifth place is Khazaria. In sixth place is Stargard. In seventh place is Nongerheim. In eighth place is Consejo de la Lucha. In ninth place is Hungary. In 10th place is Chenla. In 11th place is Miao. In 12th place is the Ankaroglus. Your hegemons for this episode are the economic hegemon of Belobog, almost being completed, and the military hegemon of Breda, just starting out. So, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next part.